What's going
Okay.
on?
All right.
What's
Welcome,
going?
everybody. What's up, people? Uh, this is our first live YouTube live stream ever, or at least mine, anyway. So, welcome, everybody, and welcome, Rosario, my good friend Rosario from Scribe Comics. Yeah, so how's it going, man?
Good, man. Good. Had a lovely weekend with the lady, so now just relaxing.
Nice. So, yeah, were you off? You're a few days off from work, right?
Yeah, and I usually have weekends off, but yesterday Valentine's Day, so had to take it
Oh,
out.
yeah, that's right. Duh. Valentine's Day.
The
It's
day, the dreary day.
yeah, yeah. I know. And this is the day after. I wonder how
Yeah,
that's going for everybody.
I'm sure everybody's sleeping still and hungover,
Exactly.
so it is
Late
what it is.
nights, wine, a lot of wine
Exactly.
and flowers and chocolate. They're getting the carbohydrate, the sweet, you know,
What's going on
high.
with you, man? Everything good?
Yeah, just uh, getting ready for this today was my big. I guess my exciting day, getting ready for the live stream. So trying to figure out how this stuff works.
Yeah, we're
So
getting used to it, so next week will be a little better.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, other than that, going well. Can't wait to get started on. Well, actually, no, we already did start. I was going to say can't wait to get started on Heavy Atomo.
hmm
We already did start, and which want to share some of that tonight. But yeah, that's what we wanted to talk about today. Tonight, I really want to talk about. I mean, Rosario does too, but I'm just really excited about this project. So I was really happy when Rosario contacted me and thought I'd be a good fit for the book. But yeah, so
Yeah.
about the project, when did you come up with the idea?
So it was a couple years ago, and I had the other artist, which I was telling you about, and I had a few other books I was working on. I actually have like two full books, but I kind of put them off to the side, and so I was working on Heavy Atomo, and the artist we weren't clicking, and then I found you, but it all came together when I just wanted to tell a story. I'm always into mechs. I was always into super robots. Mazinger was like a huge influence when I was a kid, and you know, while reading comics and all that stuff. So I wanted to write a story about that, kind of like a mix of Rusty the Robot. Remember Frank Miller's Rusty the
Oh
Robot?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and an Iron Giant. So I love that type of tone. So I wanted to do something like that. Like I said, mechs, Gundam, all that stuff. Get a Robo, Volts 5. I love that stuff. So besides like comics, it was a lot of that stuff because in New York and New Jersey, we had a channel that aired a lot of Japanese stuff, like Force
yeah.
5 and all that stuff. So when I was a kid, I was like, wow, what is this? So the Shogun Warriors and all that stuff. Remember those toys?
Oh
So I
yeah,
got
yeah,
I got really into that stuff while I was into comics. So it was like another love, and I really wanted to write a story about that, and here we are.
yeah, yeah. Which I'm glad you did because it's awesome. How
Yeah.
long has that been? How long have you had it kicking around in your?
It's been like probably like when CG started. I got into CG during when like Enlightened Teen, Captain Cummings, and all that stuff started, and I found your boy Zach, and then Ethan. I was a huge fan of Ethan, so I was watching all these guys, and I was like, I've been wanting to make a book. I had those other projects in the works. I was like, oh, cool, this is a cool community. They've we have the same values, no crap comics, no ideologies, and I had this idea for a while, and it kind of was postponed back and forth because of the artist. Like somebody,
Uh,
I understand. So, and then once 2020 came, it got even worse. And then I was like, dude, this is ever going to happen. so, so, and then it started to pick up. And then I found you, and all that stuff. But yeah,
nice.
it's been in the works for a while, but I had other works going and I had just wanted to scrap them because it wasn't feeling like I feel this. This is like my passion project and my life's work type thing, and I just want to tell a pretty freaking fantastic story so everybody loves it.
Yeah, which it seems that way because I mean when you say the first draft of the script, I mean even though it was jumbled up for the reasons we talked about, the basic whole idea came through and I loved it. you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's all the stuff that I love working on. You know, like of course you're a kid, like you mentioned, all the giant robot stuff. When
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid, I was, you know, watched that was a big one, Giant Robot, and of course Voltron, that all came out later on, um, and I was also a big fan too because I'm a part Japanese, and I had some Japanese family who used to go visit up in LA sometimes, and then you could go to Japantown, you know,
Yeah,
like up
yeah.
there,
Little
and it was
Tokyo,
like
yeah.
awesome, little Tokyo and stuff, and all the they you know, that's I got introduced to all the toys, you know, seeing all the giant robots, the metal toys that they had. So, but then also this project has a bunch of not just that. Um, um, that I like a lot too. Oh yeah, brought with Macross, brought a lot of it reminded me of Macross stuff, you know, because
Yes. Yeah.
all the mech stuff, you know, that we grew up with. And then like like Brian, one of the main characters, well, the main character, is like a Gotcha Man type of feel. I'm a big fan of Gotcha Man. You know, Battle of the Planets when we were kids,
Oh, I love that stuff,
and
man. That's so cool, man. It's just storytelling that's not done as much. It's done in Japanese, form, but not in American form. So this is like my American version, I guess, but tailored to how we do comics in American style. So it's like like a Spider-Man like kind of that
yeah, yeah.
storytelling, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Which is fun. I mean, heck, we're Americans. We got to twist, you know, everything a little bit to our style. You
exactly.
know, when it
Exactly.
comes over here. But that's what this is about too. I mean, it's got all the stuff like yeah, giant robots, teenage hero, lead hero,
Hmm.
love interest, and everything. But talking about that, like, do you want to share a little bit about what the first issue is about, like, without giving out? Well,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
get whatever you want
yeah,
to tell.
basically, he finds the mech. I don't want to give too much, about it, but it's basically a redemption story. He's a troubled kid, and he finds the mech and tries to save the world. I don't want to do the pitch just yet. I want to save that everything for later. I just want to give you little hints and everything. But yeah, it's a pretty basic story. I love the monster of the week stuff. You know, so I
Yeah.
like the Ultraman. I want to kind of keep it like that in a way, but like have it in an elongated story. So
Which is all this again because you know why I like it so much. You know, it has all the giant. I don't want to give any much away either, but
right,
again,
right.
a lot of giant stuff, a lot
A lot
of
of a lot
awesome
of
giant stuff.
big stuff, big stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, and great, cool looking stuff
yeah.
that he had me design, which we're going to get into now. A lot of cool, um, yeah, monsters, and of course the character is fun drawing him. You know, again with a little bit of a nod to Battle of the Planets.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. It's you want to share like
yeah, yeah.
kaiju's and monsters?
Well, let's. Well, I was thinking. What did you want to start with? You want to start with because I have everything queued up. Did you want to start with? Thought we might start with Atomo.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Just show people.
Let me share. Figure out how to share the screen here. Share screen. Window.
We're
Yeah.
newbies, man. We're newbies in YouTube. Give us a break.
Yeah. 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 No,
give, give me a break, man.
just doing all this stuff today. Okay. Share.
Give us a break. Give us a break.
Can. Okay. There we go. Got to add this. There we go. All right.
Right.
This is how we started the concept designing for Atomo. I gave
Mm.
Rosario a few different options to choose from, and the sketches. And we started with these.
Right.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about like what you were thinking with why you picked the one that you did?
Just I basically the proportions are correct. It's just kind of like a super robot proportion, which is what I was going for. So yeah.
Yeah. All these. This one was kind of too early Gundam type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
This one's okay, but it was very round. But yeah, you ended up picking this one here, number 3,
Yeah.
which I like too because it was very heroic.
Yeah, yeah. Show the full colored one if you have it.
Well, then we went to this one
Yeah, oh, that's one. Yeah, that's one of them.
with after the first round. So this is almost full color. Basic. It was almost like fully picked here, but we changed a couple stuff. We went from there to here, where he figured like he'd want to take off the face,
Yeah.
and And then I put this little guy down here for size. I'm still getting used to the size because this is my first time drawing like a giant robot book.
Gyro, yeah.
So yeah, got to get used to drawing the size. And he has me working on a pinup right now, which I'm going to have a lot of buildings on the cover. So that'll be fun. Like, because I'm a huge fan of like Giant Man from Marvel Comics
Yeah.
and giant robots and stuff. So I can't wait to do that, finish that. Anyway, so here was the final. From the choices that he picked, and then here's the final, the final character sheet for Atomo.
Yeah, this is colored by Ferry. He's our colorist.
Well, actually, no. This one, let me give him that. This is the one I did.
Oh, that's
the one.
that's
Yeah, this is
oh,
the
okay,
one
there,
he did
there.
right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and so yeah, you wanted to, which I thought was an awesome idea. The character colors for the book sent him the line work, so he produced this amazing render.
Yeah, he's really good, man.
He's like awesome. I can't wait till we start churning out pages and check out what he does.
Yeah, a couple people asked me for his information because I know he's looking for work too, and he's pretty quick. So I'm hooking
he's
him up. Yeah,
totally legit, man. I like his stuff a lot.
Yeah, it's really good. He did a really good job in a kaiju too.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, and then here's the first selections of Brian for the concept design, which one we wanted to go for. And,
yeah, I really wanted to hit that Gotcha Man uniform, Macross uniform, like that, like kind of military, but not really. So that's what we went for. Yeah.
Which it fit. Yeah. And plus they were the same, but it was also a contrast. So it fit a lot better than these other ones did.
And I think Gotcha Man has some of the best uniforms.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Cool
all versions of them, like, but I
Mhm.
especially like the '90s version cartoon of Gotcha Man. That was
I've only seen a little bit. I haven't really watched that one. I need to watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was good.
They kept true to the basic idea, but then still changed the costumes enough to update them. So
I gotta check it
but
out.
I just love Gotcha Man stuff, man. I don't want to say they could wear potato bags, but and I'd like them, but still, it's really cool. So, and then this one, it seems like the same sheet, but then Rosario wanted me to do, Brian has helmets. So these are the different helmet sketches that were sketched to pick from. And let me see. Yeah, this was the final uniform and helmet that he chose. Which again, I liked your choice because he still got a little bit of, armor, but he's got the real slick, feel of Gotcha Man with that and the helmet. And here's the full design sheet. His colorist. Well, I'm sorry. What's your colorist name again?
Ferry.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to draw these yet.
Color. I just sent it to him. Yeah, well, I gotta send him the line work.
I can't wait to check them out. Because I do one thing, but I'm not going to be the colorist on the book. So I can't wait. It was really nice getting the Atomo and the kaiju from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's amazing, man. He got skills.
It's great to have people with skills on the team. The writer, the colorist. I'm going to find out who the letterist is sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, and then here was the first set when we started the kaijus. Again, all of this is awesome. Another reason I wanted to work on this book was, again, it has like all the stuff I loved. Giant robots, teenage heroes, and kaijus, monsters and creatures, which were like really fun to. They were kind of had me thinking a lot, but they were just really fun to work on. Your description of what you wanted helped a lot.
Right. Remember, the writer's the most important. Remember the argument?
Of course.
I'm kidding.
The writer.
No. It's the artist. It's
like the puppet master, behind the scenes.
To me, I'm gonna say this. I think it's the 60-40 thing. It's the artist, man. I don't know what it is. I like I said, I want to grab a book. I'm gonna grab the cover. I'm gonna look at the artist. So
to me, I don't really think about that too much.
It's
yes, of course, I'm an artist, and I usually pick up books for the artwork. like I usually will not pick up books unless the art I like the art.
Right.
But there's been a few that I have. I just got the writing, but even though I'm like that, you just need both, like
Oh yeah, of course. In
so that's how
reality,
I think.
yes, you need both. Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of messing with people too. But no, to me, it's like a 60-40 thing. Like I think the artist is we lost the artist of like the superstar artist, like the wizard. Like
Yeah.
we lost that stuff. We lost. Oh, prop these guys up because they're fucking amazing, but they
And
stopped
yeah,
doing
we
it.
have, and I miss that time. Like I wish we did that. I mean, I guess there are a lot of superstar artists today, but I miss the time of,
Well,
John
you were
Byrne and
you were
Michael
there.
Golden.
Yeah, you were in
Yeah,
the industry then. That was
Arthur Adams, Jim Lee, Adam
Mhm.
Hughes. Gosh, Walter Simonson. I could
Walter
go on
Stein.
and on. Michael Golden. They
Whew.
were, they were like, just yeah, it made it so fun, to go to the comic book store every week.
Legends, man, legends.
So I love that, and but again, it's a visual medium. It's just really fun as a visual medium to work on stuff like this all
Yeah,
the
I know.
time.
I know you would dig this. So
Oh, totally, man. I was like, yeah, I was like, what do you call it? Symbolically salivating all the time when I was working on this stuff. I wouldn't say, I don't want to admit I was actually salivating. That would have been gross, but yeah. So here's the first set. 1, 2, 3. I created actually a lot of these because they're hard. They were difficult to start with, but once they got rolling, it was so fun. So I ended up creating like 9 different choices.
yeah, I
It
saved a
was
bunch for you. I was
I couldn't stop. And then here's 4 and 5, more fatter, and then like another version of 4 here.
I love that one. Just a pose.
So it kind of like this one, and there's another one that I created that was similar to this. Yeah, it was on like a standing spider kind of feel with a lot of hair. And I know I used like a portion of this was kind of gross. This was stomach hair. It wasn't a loincloth.
I was like, is that a loincloth? He's like, no.
I'm like, I don't want to say any more than that. I was just thinking like weird, like doing the stuff, and I'm like, oh man, that's kind of gross. Is like stomach hair. So, but I was thinking the same thing because they're creatures, like that were mutated. And,
yeah, they're mutated like humans, creatures, hybrids, and just mutated. And
so I went too far on that direction.
I was losing my mind when I saw that. That was funny, dude.
And then this one has like guts hanging out, so he's like separated from his pelvis area, and I thought that would be gross. But anyway, so that's those 4 and 5, and then and then here's 6 and 7, and here's the other kind of monster creature type thing.
Yeah, I like that one.
It was fun to work on. Yeah, I think this was another one you chose. And then we'll just call it a loincloth. Here's the guy's loincloth. And guts kind of hanging out for a head. And this one's. So they were, again, I really love working on these kind of things.
And it's going to be fun when they're 50 meters tall, destroying cities, Like,
oh, man, so fun. That's what I'm like. I'll show you when I'm, got the sketch done, but has one of the thumbnail sketches for the pinup you want me to do.
Oh, don't show it here. Show it
no,
private.
Yeah, I'll show you in private. But this is just describing it. It's that's the first time how much fun I'm having drawing it in the city. Battling Atomo. Awesome. You guys check out the pinup when it's done. But, yeah, it's been really fun. And then here's 8 and 9. So yeah, this is all of them. I like this one. I created kind of like a magma type dude.
Yeah, I like that.
And another thing that was really cool when you gave me a direction they were like to have cyborg mutations, like humans and mutations, and that was fun to work with too because it kind of they're supposed to be like in pain, so that was kind of I thought helped bring the point across. And here's another kind of spider type dude with, this helped me. I was thinking about Battle Angel Alita. That movie.
Oh yeah. That's right. With that, that's right. That's such a great movie too.
Oh,
I like the original, also the anime.
I don't think I ever saw that. I only saw the movie.
It's good. It's good. I'm not sure. I think there's an OVA too. I think they have like a movie, separate movie anime, and then a series. I'm pretty sure.
I gotta find those, man. I need to get more. Again, I used to be in anime and stuff a lot more when I was a kid, and then grew out of it for a while, and now I'm getting back into it again. So I
The
got to
new
find all those.
the new stuff, there's like a little, or not argument, but like a little thing with groups like new anime and Western comics. You just can't beat Western comics, man. You just can't.
No, no, I
You really can't. You can't. I mean, I'll throw a book out right now for my thing. Squadron Supreme, bro.
yeah,
Those 12 issues of my I forget who drew it. I know Jim
Squadron.
Shooter. I know Jim Shooter was the editor there, but
Yeah, yeah, it's during his time.
Greenwald wrote it, and that whole series was before Watchmen. That was like way
Oh
before
yeah,
Watchmen,
yeah, yeah. That was a while
So
ago. Yeah.
yeah, that was it's one of my favorite series, man. Micah Greenwald is one of the best writers, I think, for Marvel back in the day. He did a lot of Captain America.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't even heard of it before because I didn't pick up that series. I saw the series,
Oh,
the
it's
12 issue series, and also I wish I would have because I love Squadron Supreme. I know they're a kind of a knockoff of or of Justice League,
it's
but
that miniseries set the tone for like the dark type of comics. I think it was that, and of course, Dark Knight. But that was before. This is before whatchamacallit, Watchmen. Like that whole
yeah,
tone of like the dark hero. So I think
well,
Watchmen
I
kind of
gotta
ripped it
check it
off.
out for sure. Then
Oh yeah, it's so good, dude.
I love because I just love. I also love Squadron Supreme.
Ah,
It's funny too. I'm like a Marvel guy. It's weird like that. Like I love Squadron Supreme. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but more than Justice League. Because I like it's, the way they made the superheroes, even though they were patterned after Justice League. And same thing with me. Like I love Superman, but I love like Hyperion from Squadron Supreme more than Superman.
I love Justice League. I think like when Grant Morrison wrote it was pretty good. Wade wrote it was pretty good. But a lot of stuff I like JSA better. I'm a JSA
Ah,
guy. That was my thing. I don't know something about those heroes, the golden age, the
ah,
heroic,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
way it's like when Jones took it over, and it's just he like made them all kind of like legendary in a way, like when all the new
Yep.
heroes
Oh
looked up
yeah,
to.
yeah.
It
With
was a
those
great
heroes,
fight.
you kind of can do that because they were
Yeah, yeah.
old school.
Well, he wrote it like that in that series when John Jones took it over from Goyer. He kind of made him into like super legends. So all the younger heroes and the regular Justice League looked up to them, and that kind of made the book a little more emotional. A little,
Yeah, that's a good idea too. And I like when they brought them together. Like Carlos Pacheco did that.
Yes,
Like I think it was a graphic novel, or was it? I'm not. I think
I
it
think it
was.
was a graphic novel. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome too. With all of them together, that was amazing.
yeah, he's
Plus, I
good
love
too.
Carlos Pacheco.
Yeah, he's another one. He's good, man.
But yeah, I mean, I love anime. I mean, manga stuff. But yeah, I love American comic books. I also wish too that manga was colored because I mean, one of my
I
favorite
know,
was
I know.
Appleseed from Masamune
Yes.
Shirow. But I would have loved if they colored that. Like for the American audience.
She has like we like more of like the mecha old '90s and '80s stuff, which is
Yeah,
there to try to do it now, but it's different. It's a little more quirky. It's not as dark. I mean, Evangelion's good. It's very complicated. Very weird.
uh,
But I don't know what the mech stuff now. Unless it's Gundam, it's very I don't know how to say. It's very more feminist. I guess I
oh
don't know. It's different than like the '90s and '80s, even like the late '70s super
yeah, oh,
robots,
yeah,
which was
definitely different than late
more
'70s.
heroic. Very
Yeah,
I don't know. But the '90s,
very
yeah.
like powerful, very just straight up strong with all the shapes
I mean,
that
like
they're
look at
using.
Dragon's Heaven, that little mini. I don't know if you ever seen that. It's a little mini
No.
movie. Oh man, it's
Yeah, there's some stuff I got to catch up on.
yeah. There's so much good stuff that a lot of people like these newer people that like Max or anything that don't know. I'm like, you're missing out on like some really good old Japanese stuff.
They did a
I
lot.
just think it's better. It was just better in the '90s. The art. I mean, it's good. There's good stuff now. I'm not gonna deny it. It's
Yeah,
just there's like a white haze over everything now, like a hue.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Well, plus again, of course, we're fans, we're our ages and stuff like that of the earlier stuff a lot because it shaped so much of what
Hmm.
we did. Like I mean, I'm a huge fan of so all those earlier animes like Speed Racer, and again, Battle of the Planets. I got you, man. And all remembering all those, Macross and stuff, all the shows when I was a kid, when we were kids, like coming home from school and watching like Macross, and
We didn't have. Oh, well, it was Robotech when we were kids.
Robotech, yeah,
Robotech,
Robotech,
yeah.
and every day, like coming home from school, and then every Saturday morning was I, for at the time was a Speed Racer all the time. Like I remember when I was 5 and 6 watching Speed Racer, and I mean, and those cartoons were just, they were so simple, but they're still so amazing, with the Mach 5 and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
Force 5, which was Get a Robo, when they all combined.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was called. I was like, "What the hell's Force 5?" And I started renting it. I was like a little kid.
Everything was. We got to change everything in America.
Yeah.
Was like Speed Racer even called Speed Racer? They didn't change that, I suppose.
No, they didn't. They didn't change that. Yeah,
Okay.
That's like probably the only thing they didn't change. Yeah.
But yeah, but again, all like Heavy Atomo brings all that, for me, anyways. It brings all that stuff kind of back to now, but modernizing.
Yeah.
That's what, again, why I can't wait to get this stuff out there, because of, it has all the stuff that I loved growing up as a kid, and kind of like mixed with today's stuff.
Right. Yeah, definitely, man.
So your point definitely came across.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the ones that that Rosario ended up picking. 1, 3, 4, and 7. I didn't get a chance to do all 4 of them yet, but those are coming. But here's the the character sheet for the one that I did and I colored of the Kaiju 1. He's got a really big eating disorder problem.
Yes, he does. Big boy.
Big boy, and a lot of he's not eating the right things. A dietary issue with all the pimples. So they're about they're just, it's, we didn't mean to create a gross thing, but they're about ready to pop. Yeah, maybe that's too much.
I love it.
So it was just fun, man. It was a cybernetic organism with an eating problem, or veins problem, actually.
I love it. I love it.
And then
good stuff.
Oh, here's the one, from your colorist.
Yeah, Ferry did this one.
This was awesome. He did another great job. I liked how his
I told him the skin. I want the skin dead. I want like a little dead skin. So
that worked. It came across totally, which I didn't even think about, because again, they're supposed to be they're in torment, and
this is it. This is a little sneak peek.
And yellow teeth. Yeah, little sneak peek of Heavy Atomo. Can't wait for more stuff to come out. What's the next one today? Kaiju. Oh, I did this one. That's right. I did this one too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, almost forgot about this one. Don't want to, because he's got 6 limbs, and he's the one with the guts that come out and attack you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are all great to work on from the descriptions. They were, again, I made it. All of them were fun. Like, I can't wait to jump on the rest of them.
Yeah, I
just
know.
To flesh out the whole stuff that we want to.
A lot of monsters. So how did you get into comics, man? I never asked you that. What was your adventure into the mainstream? How did you get into that?
Well, I was, of course, always a comic book fan when I was a kid growing up. It's funny, man. I love comic books so much when I was a kid. I was trying to figure out something to do when I was an adult. And so early when I was a kid, I kept picking jobs or careers that were from superheroes in the comic book. Like to be, like an architect, like Captain America, an artist like Captain America or something like that. So I would, and but then later on, I realized that I wanted to be a comic book artist. I just couldn't figure out anything else to do. I just realized I loved, comic book artwork, but I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't have any idea how to start. So I was going to go to the Joe Kubert School. And so
in Jersey, right?
Oh, yeah, in Jersey. And I went, I applied, and then I went as far as to have an interview with Joe Kubert. And I always forget about that. While I was like, wow, I talked to Joe Kubert, because in the day back then, everybody, all the prospective students to talk to him.
That's so
cool. And so he approved me for the school. So I was excited, but then I couldn't afford to go at the time. I was like kind of doing things on my own and stuff, so I didn't have any way. And And I figured there got to be some way, I could do this. And so I had a job at as a delivery driver, and I kept talking to this one woman there and telling her what I wanted to be. And she finally got tired of hearing to me talk about it all the time. Said, "You know what? We're going to sit down right now. We're going to open up the yellow pages back when they had yellow pages, and try to contact somebody for you to help, for you to get in touch with." So I'm like, all right. So because this woman, her name was Moselle, I remember her. I forgot her last name, but because of her, it's like almost like pretty much everything started. So I went to this meeting, found this meeting of the Southern California Cartoonist Society. And so I went to a meeting, and that was cool, but it was actual cartoonists. They drew like in the Sunday paper,
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
they weren't comic books. And then I went to one of the members there was this guy named Shel Dorf, and he actually started the San Diego Comic Convention. And so he didn't first introduce to me of who he was, but after I kept coming, he realized I was serious about wanting to be an artist. And so he told me about this other group of just comic book artists that were local in San Diego. And so I went there, and then I met there was a few professional ones there. And so there was like one of the professionals there, his name Brent Anderson, and he was
sounds familiar.
He used to drew like he drew X-Men, a bunch of X-Men books.
Okay.
And Kazar, he was on Kazar, the reboot of Kazar in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And so he did that one. And so he was actually one of my favorite artists. So I was excited to meet him because Kazar was close. I thought he drew Kazar well, because he has a style similar to Neil Adams.
Oh, wow.
And so he drew Kazar like Tarzan, which is one of my favorite literary character. But anyway, so I met all these people there. Eric Shanower was there. There's the other guy named Scott Benefiel. They were all in this group, and so I just like latched onto them, man. I felt bad. I like really put them through the ringer, like talking to them, calling them, asking them questions, and
that's what you got to do.
I go like visit them at their homes and stuff like that, and thankfully they were gracious enough to take me under their wing and give me advice and stuff. So I started there, and that's how from there I kept practicing. I couldn't afford to go to Joe Cooper School at the time, but then I found out that Brent Anderson, he was self-taught, and I didn't know you could do that, And then when he told me that he taught himself, he just picked up he just told me what to buy. He said, buy, anatomy books, do sketchbooks every day, draw every single day. He gave me all these tips. And then so I just did that. I'm like, because I got excited. I'm like, I don't have to go to school. I could just do it myself. And so that was really, encouraging. So that's what I did. So went from there and just kept practicing every day, did what they told me. And, after a couple, you kept sending my then later on I met like David Williams at a convention. My good, David Williams.
Yeah.
I met him at a convention. Like he had just started at DC right when I met him, a month or so before I met him. On his first, he's not gonna like when I mention this, but I thought it was awesome. The book Jaguar, he started first, and I was like all starstruck, because
right.
this guy about the same age as me. I love his artwork, and he just became a professional, and he was like super. Like how we met too was like he needed a ride. He was visiting San Diego Convention, needed a ride. One day needed a ride up to his aunt's. That was kind of, so I took him on that drive, and we were friends like ever since.
Oh, nice.
So he helped me a lot. I would send my pages to him, and he would critique them and send them back to me. And same thing with Brent. So, and then finally after doing it, sending in stuff, like I met also Joe, what is his name? Joe Phillips. I met him. Okay. He was a part of Gaijin Studios at the time. And he didn't want to do like a backup story in Sleepwalker. And so he asked me if I wanted to do it. So I did it, and I worked on it. That was my first professional
Sleepwalker?
Work.
Really?
Yeah, Sleepwalker. But the problem is I wasn't credited because he I guess he must not have told him. I don't know what happened, but I drew it, but it's listed as Joe Phillips Studio. So
oh shit.
So yeah, so that even though I drew it, I wasn't credited for it. But I was still, very appreciative to Joe to, he pass that work along to me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He that was awesome. That was really kind of him. But I think I got introduced to them by David, because David knew all the Gaijin Studios people. So he hooked me up
Okay.
with all them, and yeah, and then from there I went to uh, started showing working people at Malibu. I started at Malibu after that, and so that was my first credited um, big work. And again, with the first one, it didn't really matter. It wasn't credited. It wasn't Joe. It was something to do with like DC, Marvel.
Right.
But this one was credited, and so they were before Marvel. So yeah, so I started my first big run on Freaks for
Oh wow,
Malibu.
yeah. And then you did
There,
Firearm too, right? You did.
yeah, just an issue and a few
Oh, just
covers.
initially.
But that's like they were starting their whole universe, especially because of Image, because they first
Uh,
published Image,
right.
and then they started Ultraverse, so that started my whole thing. And what's cool about it was I met another guy that was in that art group in San Diego. It was called Tag, and Tuesday Art Group. It wasn't big, so we met on Tuesday nights. So, and there was a lot of cool people there. And my inker, who I started out with, who I picked was this guy named Michael Christian, and he was going through the group too, and inking. And I loved his stuff. So
He's good.
when I got on the book from Freaks, then he came on with me. So we kind of started our
He did work with Spider-Man with you, right? Or the Adventures of Spider-Man?
Yeah, he did. He did a bunch of work. He did Freaks for me, the whole run, Star, Image for
Right. And then you had Mike Miller do stuff.
Yeah,
Mike did.
Later on, he like when I was working for Marvel, he did the covers. He did like a whole issue of X-Men Adventures book or Marvel Adventures book that I did, and he even drew some himself. So because he was mainly inker then.
Right, he was an inker, yeah.
But he was also a penciler. He was a good artist, a penciler. But he started out inking for a bunch of Malibu books, and then I met him like around that time too, down in San Diego. Right. So he was a part of our studio. We formed a studio when we were in San Diego. He came in. Mike Christian came in. Scott Benefiel and a few other people. We formed a studio. It was called Sealam Studios in downtown San Diego. So that was awesome because we all worked together and learned from each other. So that's another reason why Mike inked those. I mean, of course, we're friends, but that's how we met, like at the comic convention. He joined the studio.
Right. That's cool, man.
So he inked a bunch of stuff that I did, and then also did fill-ins for me because I didn't finish a couple of the books or whatever, and so he filled in, like pencil inked this stuff. And,
that's awesome.
So yeah, that's how I started. I just went from there to Malibu to Image to Marvel and to DC. Oh yeah, I did some DC stuff.
How was the from Image to Marvel to DC? What was the difference with all three of them?
Like I guess the difference, like Image, it had a lot of leeway because like Eric Larson was really chill, and so he wasn't he just gave me the work and kind of let me do what I wanted to do, and there was he was I think the most chill. I mean, Malibu was chill too, but and then when of course you go to Marvel and DC, it was more deadlines. You had
right
deadlines by certain point. So that was the big difference. Other than that, they weren't too much different. I mean, everywhere that I went, thankfully, were treating me really well. A lot of communication with all the books that I was on. But yeah, the big difference was the deadlines. And so because back then you had to do like you had to do page day, page day.
Now you had and they would check up on you. Is that how it works?
Yeah, because that was the editors. The editors would call you and what's going on, and of course keep track of things. But a big thing that those two was when you were doing a series, you had to do like a bunch of them in advance. So you did 3 issues in advance. So they could put it out on time in case they were missed. And also a big difference too is I was going to say right, they got me the script late, but no, they always got me the script on time and everywhere that I went. But yeah, the biggest thing was deadlines. The editors would make sure you were on, were staying on your deadline and stuff. Well, I mean, which I appreciated because
they're basically glorified babysitters.
Yeah. Glorified babysitters. They manage everything. They make sure the writing gets in on time. And a lot of times, the big difference too, like when I worked for Eric, the script is all done. All 4 issues are written. Okay. So he just sent me the scripts. But in Marvel DC, they weren't done. And so sometimes we'd be late waiting on the script. We'd get the script late. And then we'd have to catch up with the artwork. And then it'd be a
That's,
domino effect.
I'm surprised it's not done ahead of time. The
Well,
script.
sometimes they don't have a chance because it depends, like what the schedule was. If the artist was taking too long before, and that's why we'd have
Mhm.
fill-ins and that kind of thing. So there was all these things that the editor has to play around with. Did the
Right.
writer turn the work
Oh
right
man.
late, or the artist is taking too long, or that kind of thing. And it was too rough because then the art, if the writing came in late, of course the artwork and the coloring and the lettering
Right.
would it'd be on our shoulders
That's
to
crazy,
do it. But
man.
that didn't happen too often. Yeah, usually the writing cut in. And yeah, and then yeah, went from there to for a while, then went to video games for many years.
How was
So
that? How was that transition? Video
oh,
games from comics.
that was awesome, man. A friend of mine actually that was a comic book artist. It was an inker. His name is Jim Daly. We had met at a comic book convention. Thankfully, met a ton of people at the San Diego Comic Con. But anyways, he just called me out of the blue one day and said he's working for a comic book, a video game company that was hiring concept artists, and if I was interested in applying. And so I said, yeah. And so that's kind of how it went from there. It was really him. He helped me get the job. Told me about it. I went out to interview, and it was big difference, man, because
Yeah.
they flew me out for the interview and interviewed me and set me up in a hotel, and all
Oh
the perks
wow.
of a corporation and stuff. And
Jesus.
and it was like coming into this, I got spoiled because it was a company called Ion Storm, and they were like these really popular guys at the time that they were just throwing money at, and so their office was like, it was out of a comic book. I mean, we were when I first got there, their office wasn't done, so we were on a lower floor, but it was just one big room. But then we got to the top. Oh my gosh, it was like you were in a video game, like a real video game. Like the top was glass. It was like
wow.
pointed, and everybody had like a legit custom. They built a custom design desk for everybody that was an enclosed cubicle that had sliding doors, and they were like a modern design. They were all black with these like screens at the top, and then it had even though it was like so big, it had a multi-floor areas in there, so you could walk up the stairs and you could go to a meeting room. They had showers and lockers. They had
oh wow.
a section where you can death match, just for death matching, and over in the corner, and then on next to that there were other screens, computer screens, to watch people death matching, and so you didn't have to stand behind them. You could like sit, and then there was of course we had free food and snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They order free food every night. Then we had a big screening room, a movie room that people can go in, and you come in on the weekends or afterwards, and you could watch any movie you wanted in the cinema room. And it had like this like awesome remote control for like everything. Jesus. And it had a special door you came in the front, and you get like buzzed into the rest of the office, so you couldn't just come into the rest of the office from coming into the lobby, and
that's awesome,
it was
dude.
insane. And then you could go out on top, like come out on the top, like on the literal top of the building and I didn't want to do that because I'm afraid of heights. But anyways, yeah, it was unreal.
Crazy, dude.
So Iron Storm, and then after that, every other game company was not like that. But
that's like Rockstar treatment right there, bro.
Oh, totally. Oh, I actually worked for Rockstar. That was the last. And so I switched from concept design to doing 3D to be a 3D modeler. And so that's the last video company I worked at Rockstar Games, and I worked on like Red Dead Revolver and.
Oh wow!
Gosh,
now you're back in comics.
Yeah. Quit that, and then I'm like, I love comic books. I gotta get into comics again.
Now you're back. Hey, you're working on the Cyberfrog too, so there you go.
Oh yeah. How did you like get back into comic books? Like, because you've been a fan, but I mean, by the way, people, this guy's an awesome pastry chef. Like, he's awesome pastry chef. He does a lot of great stuff. I can't wait to eat some of his stuff. But
I love comics forever, man. I mean, I think Web of Spider-Man is probably the biggest memories. It's spectacular because I loved Web of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Ever since I think maybe 10 years old. Yeah, I've been buying. There was a period, I think, when I was like 18 and I started playing music more professionally. And I was like, I'm gonna take a break. Then you come back, There's like a little break period when you're like a teen. So yeah, I think when I moved out here, I started collecting again. It was like
Oh,
2000,
okay.
2001, yeah. So I started collecting and going to conventions again. And yeah, it's always been a dream to do comics. I mean, I always wanted to draw. I can't draw for shit. I just do letters, but I've always wanted to draw. Uh, yeah, I just couldn't do it. I wanted to go to like school for it when I was a little kid. I remember I got these books from the library how to draw cartoons. I just couldn't do it. But I could do letters. Like I'll copy like a cereal box and be like, oh, I like those colors. And then my dad took me to like he used to take me to New York. I'm like, what is that subway? Why does it look like that? What are all these weird things on the wall? You know? So I really like attracted to that. And it was because of comic books. Because of the
uh,
logos, when you pick up, like the colors, the brightness, the action, so that's what graffiti meant to me. So that was my art thing. So yeah, but I always liked comics, man. It was always a big thing for me, especially when I did graffiti. Doing letters, I always referenced like '90s comics. It was like '97, '98. I was looking at all the X-Men, X-Force. Like, how do you do? Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna do that on a wall with those colors. You know, so that's how I
yeah,
got
it's
into
stuff
all
we
that
do
stuff.
make a big difference. Like even when you now, how long did you do music? Because you said you're a professional musician.
I was. Right. I've been playing since I was like 16, 15 years old, like in a band. My first shows when I was a little kid in high school. And that's when I got all that stuff I got into, like 16, 17. I got into graffiti. This was all part of the CBGB's hardcore scene, punk
Oh
rock,
yeah.
whatever. So I just played music forever. And did it for a living. I came out here, it was a job. And then, I was also working as a chef because you need a job also. But yeah, and then I did that. Music became really important and professional. I did tours, went around the world, blah blah blah. And then you get older, you're like, I can't do this anymore, dude. This music's it's a job in itself to play music. It's for that type of genre, and now it's a little different. But back then, it was you have to market, you have to always be on tour. After this tour, like, okay, we got to get on this tour so we can make money. It wasn't just because you're
Okay.
signed. You don't. Nobody's throwing cash at you. You have to work at it. We weren't a pop band. It was different. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I
That's
got a hold
still
of that for a
impressive,
while.
dude. I
It's
mean, it's
yeah,
like
it
you must
was
have been like crazy when you first got signed, right? Like when you had people, the interest that
it's
people wanted to sign
it's
you.
I'm gonna break everybody's hearts. This is it's how it works. It's so we got signed to Century Media, which is a subsidiary of Warner, and it was because of my bass player, our new bass player, who was signed to Elektra with his other band. So he had connection. It's all about connections. All it is. Who you know. It's all it is. He heard us. He saw us live. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a 4 record deal. We're like, that's a lot, dude. Just, we wanted one. He's like, can we good negotiate a one? And we got like it was like 5 grand each. That's it. There you go. Do your work.
Oh
Shitty
man.
marketing. Yeah, I was like, it's a big company to have big metal bands. I mean, now it's like a really, really big record label. Um, but they had really big bands on there, big metal bands, and they just didn't know how to market us because we looked like Jersey, like we didn't have long
Uh,
black hair or nail polish or like weird shit, and they just didn't know how to market us. It was like, you guys look too much of a hip hop band,
oh
but
man.
you're playing heavy shit. So they didn't know how to market us, and they were like, all right, it was actually a 2 record deal. We negotiated. Like
Okay.
they cut us. We're like, whatever.
Oh man.
No, but it was for the best, and because it was just we had to
Yeah.
constantly, jump on these tours. Like, hey, you guys are open for a tour. Our agent. It's a mess. And then once we left, I was jumping with other bands and touring with these bands. It got tiring. Like I'm
Yeah.
getting tired. I just want to go home. It's fun, but once you hit like 30 something, you're like, oh, dude. And if I was making like Guns N' Roses money, different story.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But like I was making just enough to pay my, the bills and rent and car, whatever. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah. 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 If you're
it'll
rich,
break
it
your
makes
heart,
a
man.
difference.
It'll break your heart. I mean, we made money. I made money to live. It was my profession, but it wasn't like once I stopped, I could live off it. It was, I
Yeah.
constantly keep work. Yeah, so it's it's not easy being a band, man. It's hard,
No.
you
Or
know.
an artist, man, because that's art.
Yeah,
You got to get out there and make it work.
And I was a drummer.
You
It
know?
sucks, you know. You gotta once your record company stops. You know, I didn't have roadies. I had to get my friends to roadie. I'm like, I don't want to bring my shit myself.
Yeah.
I used to hire people and be like, "Yeah, no, you got to set it up." Now it's lug all this stuff down the stair. It's physical, man. Especially in that type of music, it's like very energetic. And trust me, you play like 3 months, and when you're 30 something years old and you come home, you're like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm good.
Heck yeah, man! It takes its toll after a while. I mean, the older you get, it's different than being like a 21-year-old, 25-year-old dude.
I mean, I still have friends that are in bands, big bands that tour, and they're getting older, but they don't tour as much. But a lot of my other friends that are in bands did more tech work now, so they're all like, one guy's working for
Okay.
Blink as a guitar tech. My other friend did like Justin Timberlake's guitar tech. It's good, but you're still on tour, and
Yeah.
it's even worse. He's like, yeah, but you make like $5,000 a night. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! But you're like, you got to wake up and early. You got to tune everything. You got to be at the venue before everybody else. You got to
Yeah.
leave after. Yeah, it's not fun either. But the money's good.
Yeah. Yeah. That part's always nice. Did you have a lot of fun touring?
Oh my god. Yeah. I want to talk about it. Like, I know there's a couple other guys in CG that were in bands and stuff. So I want to do like a little
That would be
stream.
great to hear,
But I
man. That
want to
would
do
be
it on I
awesome.
want to do it on Rumble because, you know, a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
So, a lot of
Let's suffice to say you had a great time.
Oh yeah, Europe knows me. That's all I gotta say. So
Okay. Well, sometime you gotta come. You gotta come back out here. You gotta return to
yeah, I got
Europe,
friends in
and we gotta
like a
take
lot of friends in Belgium and Holland from touring, Japan. So I got some people out there, and Russia. I know one guy still in
it.
Russia. That's it.
Yeah, dude, you got to come out. We got to have. We're getting out there, so we'll have our meetup out there. But you got to come out here too. We got to meet up, have coffee. The big thing, of course, out here is coffee. Everyone
Yeah,
does coffee.
coffee.
So, of course, there's
I
a lot
I,
of
I
Rocky.
loved Europe,
Beauty,
man.
like,
Yeah, I loved Europe. I think England was cool. It just reminds me of the United States and like New York. You
yeah,
know, it's just wild. I don't know. Japan and Holland and Belgium. That's like my favorites. Maybe because
Japan. Oh yeah, yeah. You
Amsterdam,
kept telling me to go
Amsterdam
to.
was fun, dude. Like, this is like, we didn't have wheat shops here, you know. So this is like 2006, seven. We're going into the stores in Amsterdam. You're like, what is this? What?
I
All
still haven't
right.
been there yet, so I really, yeah. It seems like from what everybody seems to say, it's a pretty cool place. I still haven't been to the Netherlands.
Yeah, I was definitely one of those American guys. Like, oh god, he's American. You know, we're like, yeah, we're American. Yeah, we're on tour. Not good.
Did you say you were out? Were you out in one of the Balkan countries?
we
Yeah,
went
you.
we went through Croatia, but it
Oh,
was
okay,
really
okay, okay.
because I know the borders are all fucking wild out there. There's like wars and some kind of gang shit. So they were like, you got to be careful. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's a little bit of tension between the
the Balkan
countries.
state. Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
Balkans.
wild. Yeah, they were
Sometimes,
telling us. I'm
thankfully,
like,
it's died down, but sometimes it
yeah, I heard
pops up.
it's wild, man. But yeah, I don't want to mess with those Balkans.
No, no, none of that stuff out here. Especially it's close to Ukraine. So, and
Yeah,
then you went, but then you got yeah. And then I love the story of how. Can you explain a little bit about that? Like how you switched from your music to being a pastry chef.
oh,
That was an awesome story. I like that.
I just well, while I was doing music, I was, when I wasn't on tour, I had I wanted a job. So I was working at a restaurant. My dad had a pizzeria, and I grew up in the restaurant family, Italians. So
Yeah.
it was always in my blood. But yeah, I was just worked at restaurants out here, like more fine dining stuff, and then I was like, oh, I like pastry. There's a little more artistic to it, a little, you could do cool stuff to it. And I got really into that, and I was really nerdy, and yeah. So I did that for a while as a chef, executive chefs, pastry chefs, all these restaurants. And then I was like, I can't, it's another rock star job, dude. It's like you're working like 14-hour days. It's like, oh, hell no. So now I just consult and do pastries for weddings and wedding cakes. All that stuff.
Dude, I'm so glad you still do that stuff. Because when you send me that picture, I'm like, oh yes, I don't usually eat that kind of stuff, but I can't wait
That's
to
how I
have
met my
some.
lady. That's how I met my
Oh yeah.
lady. Yeah. I was like, let me
What about
cook
that?
for you.
Like
Let me
you
cook
were
for you. She was
all
like,
right.
okay. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, that's right. That's right.
You impressed her from the start.
I made her a nice little cake, a little dessert, a little pastry. And she was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Don't worry, you
That's for
stick with
you.
me. I'll hook you up all the time."
I guess, and I guess you did because she is yours. So that's awesome.
Damn
You did a
right.
great job, man.
That's right. That's
Great
right.
job. Well, I can't wait to have some of your stuff when your pastries when I get out there for a visit.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
we'll have
for
to do another
sure.
live stream when I get out there.
Yeah, yeah. I wish you came. I wish you would come to Fan Fest, man. That would be cool. I know
Yeah,
it's hard
so
and everything. You
yeah.
can still you
I mean,
still
I'm
got
still
to
thinking about. Yeah, I still got time to think
you got
about.
time. I mean, I was trying to tell Elliot to come too, but I know he's in Peru, and I think some other people, Bancroft, Liam. There's everybody people in Australia. I don't know if there's anybody. Peter Gilmore in England. A couple other guys. Yeah, I said we start a fund for you guys. Out
Oh
of
man,
state people.
it'd be. I
You
got to
get
talk to Matt about how late we can. I mean, that would be nice to go to. I
well,
mean, that'd be really cool.
it's
Plus,
a
I have
six.
an
It's a 16th through
Jersey.
the 18th, so it's you got time, dude. You got a
Yeah,
way
that's true.
time. It's almost a year, you know. So
Yeah, because
you got a
that's
while.
it sounds like it's with other people that are going. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
it's
at the very least, I'll be out and earlier to hang out with you
oh yeah, for
for a
sure, man.
little bit.
Yeah, we'll do a stream. I'm gonna do a stream too at a fan fest, and maybe get you on there too if you're not there. But yeah, I wanna that'll be fun, and you coming out here, we'll have a good time, man.
Hey,
Party
we got
it.
to promote this. So, now about this, do you want to say? Do you want to say when you're thinking about launching this, or no? You're going to say that for later.
It's in April. I think I
Okay.
marked it in Comic Skater. Everybody should check out Comic
Okay.
Skater. I believe it's
Oh yeah,
August
Comic Skate is
7th.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
Okay.
a yeah. I was gonna say something I forgot, but yeah, Comic Skater is pretty cool, man. Frederick hooked it up. CG always helping people out. I love it.
Yeah, he
You
did a
know,
great job on that thing, man. I love
it's
that
cool, right?
place. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
you
cool. Got all
hit
the
him up.
information that you need.
Hit him up so he could put your little avatar on there because he's doing like
Yeah,
painted avatar.
I need to totally do that. Like today or tomorrow, because that's a legit site, man, for the whole community.
Yeah,
It's
all
like
those guys, man. He's great guys. I mean, I would give a shout out to Elliot and everybody. He was the first guy I was on the stream with, you know. But yeah, everybody's working to help everybody, and I like that.
oh yeah, it's it makes it so encouraging, especially again why I'm doing the stream tonight because of all you guys are really helping out. Do it, just start now, like LA was telling me, just start now, and I'm like, you're right, and you were encouraging me on that, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's great to be part of a team.
It's not for everybody though. I will have to say that. Like, it's true we have to do it, but I'm not a big YouTuber guy. Like you said, you're not. This is your first time doing it.
Yeah, it's my first time. Yeah, I was.
I do love. I love going on streams though. I know I was on Commandos last night. I love those guys. Shout out to Patrick. And the Commandos, Carbon, Frederick. Clipper, all those guys, and it's just fun, man. It's great, and yeah, it helps marketing, and you meet cool people and
Oh, heck
networking.
yeah. Especially being when you're doing full time as a comic book artist or whatever, especially when you work at home, it's great to do too because I'm in La Side all the time. Like I don't see people all that much as I'm working. So also being able to do this with all you guys and being able to connect this way and everybody's encouraging each other with our projects. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, man, it's everybody's great. Shout out to Katie too. Everybody's been awesome and helpful, and love it.
I can't wait to get on more. But here we're starting here today, so hopefully we did an okay job with the first live stream. We got it going on.
I forgot it's nighttime over there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's already.
You gotta go to bed, bro.
In a couple. I gotta work for a couple more hours, but yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's gonna be 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So what time is it? It's like almost. It's like 10:58.
Yeah, we're gonna go grab some lunch, get some pizza. There's actually good pizza in LA, everybody. I know it's hard to believe.
Oh man, it is hard to believe, man.
But
you gotta have pizza in Italy. Italy.
It's good. It's good.
Rome.
That's good pizza. That's good pizza. Oh, the Roman pizza, the flat ones when they sell it by the slice, the pound. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then in Perugia, same thing. It's so fresh. But they got American pizza. I mean, the Chicago style pizza in New York, LA.
LA, the whole rumor with the whole water thing is bullshit. That's bullshit. There's nothing to do with the water. No, it's the ingredients, the flour and the cheese and tomatoes.
I just love pizza. Just love pizza. Anyways, I'll let you go. We better end this now. And next time maybe we'll get to John Byrne stuff. But I'm happy we focused on your awesome Heavy Atomo comic book. tonight.
Awesome,
But
man.
yeah, thanks for coming on here, man. And we're doing this, and have a great lunch date with your lady today.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you later, brother.
All right, see you later. Everyone have a great week. Ciao.